Yann, as a generative AI expert at Cellenza, can you give us an overview of the current landscape in AI?
In the last 2 years, what has been very amazing is that with ChatGPT technology, we can demonstrate quickly, very efficiently, the value of AI. So we've seen a lot of solutions around building chatbots over documentation, analyzes contract or specific documentation as well, and etc. Integrated AI in existing product as well. So very, very exciting moments, I think, about technologies and specifically about AI, because we can showcase the value of AI very quickly.
With the arrival of OpenAI more than 2 years ago, one of the questions is every company is investing on AI in their business processes for new opportunities. What are your point of view on investing on AI generative in the different companies?
Cellenza, we are like a consulting firm. Our job is to help clients to work on the platform and technologies. And one of the demands we are seeing in the last 2 years is how they can integrate AI to have more values for their customers, or to gain in terms of productivity as well. You can quickly build some use cases in days. We're not talking about weeks or months. In days, you can build something and showcase the value to the board, to the customers. So the technology is very mature right now.
From your point of view, what are the big challenges in implementing generative AI in companies?
I think, my first experience with AI or generative AI has been like everyone, to go to chatgpt.com and try to prompt to the AI. And we see that it works, right? But most of the company, what they want is to connect their own data to the generative AI technologies so they can, chat with AI, but over the documents, right? So the big challenge, the first challenge is this one, is how we can, make AI to understand company data or to prioritize company data over public information as well. We have also challenges about the security or the confidentiality of the information. We have also scalability issues because, it can work for 1 user, for 10 users, but when you talk about thousands of users, you have to make sure that the infrastructure, the application scale as well to make sure that you can, fit the user requirements. And also in terms of process of organization, because we are implementing new AI, maybe a new way of working. So we have to make sure that people know how to use AI, know how to prompt with the AI. So it's a lot of challenges. But yes, I think that the first step or the first challenge I can see that we are working with customer or client is really how we can make the AI available for everyone. Everyone understand the challenge. Everyone can talk to the AI and retrieve the information they want using AI.
So there are big challenges in companies to implement AI, generative AI. One of the questions we have most of the time from our clients is, do we need to buy a solution or do we need to create our own solution?
If you remember, in the last 2 years, we have seen a lot of generative AI models, a lot of technologies, a lot of startups that build their own solution as well. So it's going really fast for companies. And the choice for the company is, do they have to follow the change at the speed that the change are occurring, or they have to maybe to just buy a custom solutions or a startup solution so they can just enjoy the end user services. And that's why we also built our own platform, Jask, for Just Ask. That at the beginning it was just a platform to showcase our skills, how we can build AI, but most of our clients they told us, maybe we can use it. We can buy the platform, so they don't have to rebuild something over it. So that's why we decided to create and to market this product, Jask, in order to make sure that the end user doesn't have to adapt or to make the change over all the technical challenges we have behind generative AI, but they just have to consume final services. We are taking care of all the technical complexity behind AI.
Okay, and one of the questions I have is, so when you're implementing Jask, you have to integrate Jask with all the applications of the client, the customers, so SharePoint, Salesforce, etc., etc. How do you integrate Jask and how do you ensure the security and the performance of Jask in the client context?
One thing to know is we are not a SaaS platform. we are a PaaS.
Yes.
So a platform as a service. So that means that we install Jask inside the company environments or Azure tenants. So in this way, we are compliant to the security policy in place. And then we are using standard components on Azure based on the security policy of Azure as well. We're using the generative AI or all the model provided by Microsoft Azure, so such as OpenAI or open source model that are available inside the platform. So they have the security of the clouds that's come by design with that. And then to install, it's a classical process with you just create a component and then we based on, you can connect every data sources you want. You can connect a SharePoint, you can connect some Salesforce you want, you can connect to an API, and the AI is coming at the end of the process.
So I suggest I'm a business manager in a company, right? For example, I want I want an agent or an assistant that can respond to all my questions in a commercial way. So that, for example, I have to make a custom proposal for this customer, and I need some resources, and these resources it's really located everywhere. So how can I do to bring all the data in to be able to respond to that commercial proposal?
I think it's really depending on the architecture of Jask in terms of functionality. Today we are providing the foundation, what we call Jask Foundation, is kind of an assistant factory, how you can create some assistants based on your internal data. So once you connect your SharePoint, you connect your web application, whatever data source you connect to Jask, you can create some assistant over that. So you can have the ChatGPT experience over your data just by clicking on creating an assistant very fast. And the second thing we are providing as well is what we call Jask Apps Builder. With the clients we're working with, what we want to do is how you can use AI in a business process. So that means that, let me take an example. As a legal company, I just process contract every day. And I know the way I'm processing contract. For instance, every time I receive a contract, I have to extract clauses. I have to analyze each clause to see if the clause match my internal standard, and then maybe to make a report, right? So it's like a three-step process. With Jask Apps Builder, you can design the full process and say to the AI the way you used to work, so the AI can analyze it for you and make a report. So you have both approach. So
you can completely automate the business process.
Yeah, exactly. You can use chatbot or assistant factory to build an assistant, have a chatbot experience, ask a question about the contract. You can do it. Or you can automate the full process using Jask Apps Builder, to design the process and make sure that maybe it's going to run every day or every time you're going to put a new document inside a SharePoint. You can automate it as well.
So the experience behind Jask is not only assistance based on internal or external sources, but also all the automation of a business processes for legal, for finance, for retail, for what. In fact, Jask is to address not an employee productivity or particular employee productivity, it's to bring productivity in a business process. So it can concern and it can impact different people in the company, right?
Yeah, because in my point of view, what means productivity? Productivity is the generic word to say you gain something, but you gain what? It depends on the field, it depends on the industry, it depends on the people. Because we can have the same tool to perform a task, but I will gain more than you because I know how to use the tool. So for me, the productivity terms, it's a generic way of saying, okay, you're gonna gain something. But from my point of view and what we are trying to do with Jask is to be more concrete, more specific, more contextual. So to reply to your question, Jask is not for one type of user, it's for every users that want to empower the day. And we are going to do the three-step approach. The first step is find the value. We are going to work with them. Where is the value? Where is the automation we need? The second step is to bring that value. We bring that value using Jask platform to build the use case, right? And then once we iterate with the business, we make sure that the value is there. The last step is how we can keep that value over time. That's why if you're using Jask platform, we have a dashboard for every task, for every users, for the feedbacks.
So you monitor
everything. But yes, I'm very convinced that there is no one productivity, because it depends of people, it depends of familiar with people with tools, but there is like an AI for everyone that can empower the journey.
That's pretty clear. AI is not magic.
It's not magic at all.
Thanks a lot, Yann. It's really pretty clear.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Final question.
Yeah.
How do you see the future of AI in business, and what is Jask's role into it?
I think like I'm pretty agree with Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, who say that we are going to an agentic world. So that means that you're going to have agents everywhere. So you can have like your agent for connecting to your Salesforce, your agent to the Dynamics, your agent for SharePoint, etc. And
so an employee will be completely surrounded by agents.
Yes, with a galaxy of agents. And I think the world is going toward this kind of architecture. And our job is to make sure that the end user is not lost, because we have a lot of agents, and it's to make easy or to ease the interaction with this agent to achieve a greater goal. So yes, I think the next month, the next years is going to go into this kind of architecture, but also to make sure that what is very important is not the agent, is the end user.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So that's why
because if agents are not used, then the agents doesn't
exactly. Yeah. And we are seeing it even now, because when you install an AI solution, whatever solution you're installing, the adoption is one of the metric people are saying, people that invest in AI, is my AI being used by the end user. So I think yes, the technology is just a way of achieving a goal, but the final goal is to make sure that the end user achieve his daily task as fast as possible with greater results.
Thanks a lot, Yann.
Thanks you very much for having me, and I hope that I can answer your question at my best.